Hello folks, how are you doing? And another natter. We've not done one for a while. Today we're going to be talking about favourite childhood toys.
You're feeling childish, aren't we?
Memorable childhood toys and the power of playing childhood and childhood playing memories. So you said we need to do it in sections, age sections.
I got strict, didn't I?
Yeah.
Regulator in me. Yeah, so I thought start with like, I don't know, 5 down, what you can remember, the little toys that you had when you were a little toddler, and then look at the other toys when you were probably toy age, as it were, where you get the bigger, better, faster, stronger toys.
And in the midst do some nattering about power of play.
Power of play.
Childhood. I think it's important. I think, that those years when you're playing toys, it's not just about playing toys, is it? You're learning to talk, you're learning to walk, you're learning to feel, you're learning to experience, you're learning to communicate, you're learning to share. And they don't have to be the most expensive toys. And I think the generation we grew up in, it was less about the phones and more about toys, the sound, the feel, the touch.
Yeah, lumps of plastic, mostly, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, I used to make my own toys out of cardboard boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, once went to the Victorian Museum in Leeds, Kirkstall, and this must have been in the 90s, late 80s and early 90s. And we bought, it was like they sold all the old Victorian tops, toys, can't get my words out. And I bought a whip and top. And whip and tops, I couldn't even do it. But you just think of those little Victorian children that would have used those whip and tops, hopscotch as well, painting hopscotch on the floor. Because I grew up in a terraced house in Easton Park, and we'd obviously, if you know terraced houses, you've got long streets at the back, and you'd chalk hopscotches on and you can spend hours on that, on just a hopscotch.
Oh yeah, simple toys are sometimes the best. They often were. You know what I mean? I can remember getting loads and loads of presents at Christmas. Well, not loads, not like some people get nowadays, where the living room's just full of presents.
Yeah.
Like 7, I'm talking 7 or 8. And this were after you Santa Claus. Whether he's real or not. What?
Kids in room. Grandkids.
Faux pas.
Swear to God.
I look like an elf today.
If it's not conspiracy, you're letting people know about stuff like that.
Shall I talk about my painting presents and stuff?
You're painting. What about?
Right.
Anyway. So 0 to 5.
0 to 5. Yeah, I think you're looking at stuff like, I don't know, cuddly toys maybe. Do you have any cuddly toys?
There's a picture of me when I'm just starting to be a little girl and you start to get your pigtails. And I've got this like a little dog thing on my knee. That I've got a memory of that. I've got a memory of a piggy bank ad. I know it wasn't a toy. I can't remember any other though. I know I had a paddling pool. But I can't remember. I don't think I can remember any toys.
I know we had a lot of hand-me-downs because I were youngest. So we had stuff like, we had like an Action Man tank that we used to use, bang around in the garden. I had a little toy boat that I used to drive around on. What I remember, well, I've seen pictures of it. I don't actually remember that. Yeah. Maybe thought too much about this one.
Yeah.
I can't really remember stuff of that age.
Yeah, but that's it. It doesn't matter because, right, okay, so we're showing, I can't remember anything from that age. 0 to 5, I'm thinking about pictures that I've seen. So there's a picture, I think there's a picture of me like a baby walker with things on it, like rattle things.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff like that, isn't there? I think, and the little, most of the big lumps of plastic, play phones, play anything really, isn't they? I can't remember though.
5 to 10.
5 to 10. So that's looking better, isn't it? So I know we used to get board games. We used to get board games at Christmas. So I think we used to buy at least one board game. Or get at least one board game. There's loads of different board games. Remember? You can't remember any. I recommend we do on that or on board games, as Claire says, I can't remember any.
And I could actually, because
Yeah.
Snakes and Ladders, Kaplunk,
Monopoly,
Guess Who, Monopoly,
Cluedo.
Cluedo.
There's one called Downfall, I remember. There was
Buckaroo.
Connect 4, I was always rubbish at.
What was the one with the Operation? That was it, yeah. What was the one with the Operation?
Operation. Yeah, there's all sorts, weren't they? They did a game on anything, really. I'm just trying to think more. There was that what's it called now? Is it Go for Broke or something, where you had to bankrupt or something, where you had to lose all your money rather than get the most money.
Yeah. Oh, I've just remembered a toy. I remember it as an older child, and I must have had this as a younger one. It was like a record player that had marks in the records to do different tunes. That must have been like a toddler toy, but I can remember it as an older child.
I remember having a little ukulele as well, a plastic one, you know what I mean, not a real one.
Yeah.
That rings a bell, actually.
The doll's house, remember a doll's house I had?
Hmm?
It got left in the cellar and filled with wood lice.
Oh, lovely. A
Push
woodlice
chairs.
house.
Push chairs, remember push chairs? I remember I had a scooter, and it was a nice scooter, and I got picked on in the street. Some little brat said that my scooter was basically shit. And
You're joking?
my mum had to make me realise that she was saying that because her scooter was a rusted piece of. And that was actually my first lesson in learning what jealousy is and how somebody that's jealous of you, the first thing they do is to put you down to make them or their thing shine brighter.
Yeah.
And that was a big lesson, that.
Oh, yeah.
And when I look back to that, scooter, it was gorgeous. I had a seat on the back, it had a bell. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember all the different bikes I had, I think. BMXs and stuff.
I had a rally bike, Rally Bluebell.
Wait, what those boxers? We called a boxer bike. Can't remember. Rings a bell.
I had some roller skates. I think they're either Minnie Mouse or Mickey Mouse. I spent hours going into different imagination, whatever worlds. Hours, because again we had a block, so round the block, round the block, round the block, and cycling bikes around the block, around the block. We got some like stilt type things, and like in the late 80s, all like the yo-yos kept coming out, and plasticine was one I liked as well.
I think the one toy I loved was they're called G.I. Joe in America. They're called Action Force, little like action men, but they were just little plastic men. And I think we used to go shopping, and my dad would buy me one from Pound Stretcher or whatever, and they're like 50p a pop, something like that. And so I got quite a big selection, and you could get all different cars and aeroplanes and all sorts of big stuff which you never really used. You bought at Christmas and they get chucked in a wardrobe, and you only ever played with the little men. You were playing war, or I ended up playing football and cricket with them. And when they broke, I used to repair them. I used to put holes in them and put string round them and trying to repair them. And Matchbox cars. I used to have a lot of Matchbox cars. And corgi cars. Used to have loads of those. Zooming them around the living room. Probably Death Trap. To my dad.
Lego, I had loads of Lego.
Oh, you used to love Lego, yeah. Lego
I could
was
spend
amazing.
hours with Lego. I mean, now, do children spend hours playing now? What is it like? Because I just remember spending hours playing on this stuff.
Yeah.
Really I used to lose myself in toys, to be honest.
You'd lose a whole morning or a whole afternoon just building a big house or a big space station or something out of your Lego.
Colouring and drawing. I also had a sweetie shop that opened up with real sweets in it. I loved that.
I bet you did.
And an office. And you know those post office things you used to get where you lifted it up? Oh, I loved that.
You're not...
Bossy.
I'm surprised you didn't get sent to prison with that.
What?
They thought you defrauding the post office.
Yeah, I could spend hours playing on that. And Girls World Head, loved that.
No, I didn't get one of them.
No, did you not?
No.
Barbies, dressing up Barbies. I think of anything else I remember. Doing all the dressing up things that you do as well, with makeup and... I once got dressed up as a bride when I went with Nana's, dressed up as a bride using nets. And I thought I actually felt like a bride, just some more nets and dressed and turned it into a wedding dress and a veil. Trying to think, and she used to have a box of toys at her house now, and looking back, those toys must have been old. Because what was it called? What's it called?
Xylophone?
No, where you get a thing on the bottom. What's it called?
I thought it's called xylophone.
Is it? But it's like rows of metal or
I
steel.
think it's a xylophone,
Is it?
Yeah.
And like that, and the top thing that you push down.
Spinning top? Yeah, I used to have some of those, yeah. Slinkies, do you ever have the slinkies?
Yes, I remember Slinkies.
Even though I lived in a bungalow.
How did you use that then?
No idea. Just played around with it. Rubik's cubes, do you have a Rubik's cube?
Yeah, I can't remember having one, but I know of them.
Yeah. We had a Rubik's Magic as well, that was rubbish. It was like more flat, it was more like origami than a square cube.
I had a tractor.
Tractor.
Oh yeah, it's flashing on your head. Look at
What's
that.
flashing on my head?
Ooh, and that one now. It zooms in on you. Tractor, you know, a tractor that you ride around in.
Yeah, I didn't really have. Yeah, we had a few bits.
You
Of that
did?
What? I told you I had that boat.
Little boat that he's sat on with his little dungarees on. I've seen pictures. He sat on a little boat with wheels on that when he had his dungarees on. You were about 3-year-old, weren't you?
Probably, yeah.
Sandpit. My mum and dad made us a sandpit with an old tyre and filled it with sand.
Oh, we didn't have cats in the area.
No, they covered it over. They covered it. They had like a tabletop thing, and they covered it over. So yeah, anything else remember? Skipping rope. I used to spend hours at skipping rope. And as well at lunchtime at primary school, the dinner ladies would do like skipping competitions where they used to wander and all of you together.
Once, I can't remember what it was called, but there were a toy and it was it's like a car or truck, and you could program it and it'd do a route, and I can't remember. It was really top toy of the time, and we got one and we got it for Christmas and it didn't work. My dad he ended up having to take it back. Back to Santa. He had to take it back because it didn't work. Or we couldn't work out how it worked. One of the two. I can't remember what it was called now, but it was like the high tech at the time, and it just literally did everything on its own, and you could I can't remember what it was called. We had stuff like that, video games, these little arcade games you could play. Have those and probably killed myself on video games after that.
That's when it changed when video games started becoming popular.
What video consoles did you have? Do you remember? You didn't have any.
Think.
So we started with an Atari 2600, which you know the Pong.
Yeah.
That was main game on that, and Pac-Man was on it, wasn't it? And there was a few others. And the games are still expensive, but the games were just probably as expensive then as they are now. I think they were about £40 or £50 back then for the games. And so you had to rent them at the video. You could rent them at the video shop. So we'd get them for a couple of days over the weekend.
Video shops.
Yeah.
Remember video shops, going to Blockbusters or your local off license for a video. You see, there were experiences to go out of your house into a shop. Like I remember the smell, particularly of Blockbusters, that cinema smell and the energy in there, and crisps and chocolate and.
Yeah, it was a good experience.
The whole tactile feel of the box as well, picking a box up, seeing the artwork, seeing the graphics.
I suppose it's similar to. It used to be similar as going to a bookshop, didn't it? You know what I mean? When you get to see libraries, and you can just see what's on offer and see what you feel like at the time. I suppose Netflix is the same now, isn't it? Where you just
it's not.
I know it's not, but it's
Netflix.
It's still all the titles are there, and you just get overwhelmed with what you want to do. And video shops were a bit the same. You used to get overwhelmed because which ones we're going to borrow? I want to borrow them all. But
video shops.
Video shops.
You think they'll come back?
No.
What do you think?
No, I think it's a dead format.
I think something else will come back in its place.
Well, records have come back, haven't they?
Yeah.
Records have come back, which I was quite surprised at, but I think it's the sound of records, isn't it? That scratchy sound. DVDs, mate. I mean, Blu-rays just didn't come off, did they? You know what I mean? Because everything's digital now, and there's just nobody wants to store all these DVDs everywhere when you can just rent it off Amazon or buy it from Amazon, or if you've got Netflix, Amazon Prime, God knows how many other places where you can get films from.
I used to have an old record player as well. So I had that from probably around about the age of 10 into early teens.
We had random ghetto blasters and things that never used to last that long.
Trying to think of something else we used to have. Can't remember. You think the things I think I've cut dolls, obviously, Barbies, obviously.
Shall I do the progression of video games that I was doing? They're real quick.
Yeah, go on then.
So it was Atari 2600. Then we got a Spectrum, ZX Spectrum, which we used to, at bonfire night, my dad used to say, do you want fireworks or a new computer game? And we just said new computer game. And just sit and watch other people's fireworks out the window while we're playing video games. So Spectrum, and then after that it was a Sega Master System, then a Sega Mega Drive, and then PlayStations after that, wasn't it? I got Amiga 600 somewhere in between, because you could get more games on them.
Brothers had a PlayStation. I used to borrow a Sega, whatever it was, handheld thing from next door.
Game Gear.
Something like that.
Yeah. They used to have different ones, hadn't they? Used to have a Game Boy. Little black and white thing.
Yeah. A recorder as well.
I had a recorder.
All kids had recorders back then. Do they still have recorders?
Three Blind Mice.
God. Trying to think of school toys. I don't think schools had toys, did they?
Not really, no.
There used to be a rocking horse at nursery school that then became our rocking horse. With the close the nursery down, they give it to us. I used to love that rocking horse, and they used to have in nursery school where they used to have like a home corner. So I loved that, and dressing up.
No.
Do you remember that?
No.
When you were at nursery school where they'd have like a home where you'd have like sink and stuff like that. I just loved that.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah. And doing cross stitches and stuff at school.
No, I don't remember that.
Don't you?
Did do a bit of sewing at school, junior school, I think, but not to any kind of
gluing as well. That sounded awful, didn't it? Gluing.
What the wood gluey?
Yeah, with the white. Is it PVA wood glue?
Yeah.
Where you make things up like you used to take your old toilet roll things in. I bet they don't do that now.
Well, it's all just sticks to your hand and comes off like skin.
Yeah. Paints. Doing all the paint type stuff. Yeah. And I remember primary school library, which was only small. Again, you can see now what the priority... I mean, it was a good school, to be fair, but the priority was not books, because it was just a small little cubby-old library. It'd be interesting to see what's the library now in that school.
It's probably a computer centre. I bet there's no library there.
I think they do have school libraries. They've got to have school libraries. I've heard people on BookTube talking about school libraries. School dinners.
Oh, God.
I loved school dinners.
Hated school dinners.
I loved school dinners. Talk about his favourite school dinners.
I used to take a packed lunch because I hated them that much.
God. Chocolate pudding and custard, roly-poly and custard. Talk about primary school and we'll do a high school.
Go on then. I used to take sandwiches for both.
That's done. Well, I did love school dinners, all school dinners.
I also used to find the meat was too fatty, the potato was too lumpy, the veg were always...
You're fussy you though, aren't you?
Well, they just weren't nice. It just wasn't nice.
They did something like a cheese thing with like crumbs on it. I used to love that. Rice pudding, tapioca. Was that a smooth thing, semolina? I used to love that as well. With like this strawberry sauce in it.
I've never been
fake and plastic as anything, but tasted gorgeous.
I don't know if it's the way I brought up, but I've never been a big eater at lunchtime for big hot meals like that. 3-course dinners or whatever you had.
Yeah.
My mum used to always do a proper tea, you know what I mean? A big cup of tea.
Yeah, we did well, but we still like eating school dinners. Then middle school. 'Cause did you go to middle school?
What do you class as middle school?
What are you on about? When you go from primary school into middle school,
Junior
then into
school.
high school. Nope, middle school.
We used to call it junior school. It was primary school, junior school, and
We called it
secondary
middle
school.
school. I went to Victoria Middle, which was an old Victorian middle school on York Road. It had some history in those walls. And those school dinners were nice, I think.
We went to Staincliffe Primary School,
Yeah.
and that some of the there was a really old building, and that had some history to it.
Yeah. Woohoo.
We've driven past it a few
Oh,
times. Yeah, it had some history to it, that building. But yeah. And
then go on.
Batley Boys High School.
Yeah.
And then boys' school.
And then I went to Halton Middle School, which then changed into Whitkirk Primary School. And I became a dinner girl monitor there. Used to be right bossy. I've always loved school dinners. And then I went to Templemore High School. And the school I remember being terrified of the fact that we had a school canteen and we'd have to use money to pay for school dinners, and then I realised I were on free school dinners anyway, so I only had a voucher. So all that fear were for nothing.
Yeah, again. Didn't really.
And I tell you what, they had the best school dinners: pizza and chips, jacket potatoes, Bakewell tart with thick icing on and jam and custard. That's what they put me weight on. Yeah, I used to love that. Big baguettes with cheese and tuna in. Hot chocolate machine, options hot chocolate, orange, and and they had these flapjacks that were the best flapjacks I've ever had in my life. Square, dipped in chocolate.
I never wanted to pay for it.
Yeah. Did you have high school dinners?
No,
Why?
because I didn't fancy it, and they were expensive.
So what did you used to have to eat when you were at high school?
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches. Well, we never used to want to spend time half your lunch break in canteen.
Yeah.
We used to be out playing football in fields, like tennis courts and stuff. So I just playing goal, eating my sandwiches. You know what I mean? I'll quickly scoff your sandwiches and go and play football.
So toys from 10 to 15. Go on,
Well,
Barry.
that's like I say, it's probably I have some Transformers. I remember some Transformers. Come from my brother. I don't know what he swapped for it, but he managed to get the Optimus Prime from somebody at school. I don't know how he got it. Or did we buy that? I can't remember. We had Optimus Prime, anyway, and he swapped it for two other crappy Transformers. The ones where you could, like, you know, the old toy where you pushed it back and let it go, but when you let it go, it actually automated transformed. Very simple. And they were crap. And he swapped Optimus Prime for that. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Crazy, isn't it?
Optimus Prime was brilliant.
I'm trying to think 10 to 15 years of age. What toys? Because you're coming out of toys then, aren't you?
Yeah, so that's why I probably started taking on the Sega Master System and Mega Drive. I think in those teenage years I spent a lot of time on I think it would have been, I think it was Master System, Mega Drive, Amiga, and then the PlayStation. Maybe some. No, I think I went straight to PlayStation. Never got a PlayStation. I got a PlayStation 3, but that was when I was a lot older. Never got a PlayStation 2.
Oh, I once got a calligraphy set.
A what?
Calligraphy set for handwriting.
Oh, right. I never got one of them. If you see my handwriting.
Yeah. Horrible, innit?
Could be a doctor, but I'm not.
Used to do knitting and stuff as well. Taught me how to knit. Knit simple things like scarves, and I still knit scarves, and now I knit blankets. Books, I got into books, got into the library, moved to Crossgates. So we had Crossgates Library there. So I used to read like the Sweet Valley Highs, Point Horror, Kennedy biographies, Marilyn Monroe biographies, Princess Diana biographies.
I didn't start reading
As a teenager.
I don't think I started reading properly until I was about 16.
Yeah, did you not?
No. But we're still playing with toys.
Yeah.
But yeah, once I started getting into music and reading, probably 16, 17, I just spend all my time reading. There's a second-hand bookshop in Batley where I used to live. And we just buy books from there. There's like 50p to £1 at a pop. Just a ratty second-hand book.
Is it still there now, that?
No, it's gone. Long gone. It's a shame, really, because it's a lovely little bookshop. It's tiny. It's like a little TARDIS.
There was something similar in Crossgates in the Arndale Centre, but I also think that did new books.
This, I don't think it did. No, it was literally all second-hand books. This one, it was really, really good. And I got into the horror-y James Herberts and Sean Hudson's and all those kind of books.
I know the independent bookshops are out there now, but I'm just not that impressed. There's someone I'm watching on BookTube at the minute, and she's actually having the same problem I'm having, where you're reading books and you're like, what? It's got all this hype to it, and it's like, what? And, you know, these are avid readers that read a lot more than... I mean, I'm an avid reader, but they're like pounding through these books. And it's just strange what's happened to books. And I wonder if authors are trying too hard. Do you think? And booksellers are trying to. They're all joining in this. I think the whole thing. Do you know what I think? Take all the prizes out. Take all the prizes out, and concentrate on just letting your creative flow go. Because I just feel as though so many authors are going for the prizes, and so many bookshops and the publishers are going for these prizes. And it's becoming more about the book prizes than actual books.
And the story. No,
it's got this in it, it's got that in it, it's got this in it, it's got that. And actually it's like, what am I reading?
Yeah, I can't be arsed with all like that. I just want something with a good story. You know what I mean? Just something with a good story, good plot line, good characters. You know what I mean? And yeah.
Like I've got Bridget Jones. That's I'm going to be reading on our book vlog this month. We're going to be doing Bridget Jones rather than the planned book that I was going to do. I'm going to take that onto my other channel after a mutual conversation, and just a reading of something because that was done in the 90s. You know that, and it's still stood the test of time, and women are still reading it today. How many books do you think that are written now are going to be still read in 30 to 40 years' time? I don't think. I'm not sure. Because they seem to come in really woof, and then they just die a death. And I think as well, there's so many books getting churned out now that by the time, I don't know, it's like flattened, because the next best thing's the next best thing, the next best thing. And I think more and more readers are going to start going back to reading books 10 plus 15 years.
Well, you know what I'm like. I like finding an author and reading all the books, and I can't do that with these authors because a lot of them just write one book and that's it, as far as I can see. And there's no. I like sequences of books, and you know what I mean. Some of the books that I read, they're on the like 24th book. You know what I mean? So it's all history books and it's good, but I'm not keen on this modern stuff. I just can't get into it. It's talked about stuff I'm just not interested in. I
remember reading the book last year, Our Wives Under the Sea, and by the time I finished it, I was like, what have I actually just read? What have I just read?
I mean, Claire does a book club and I struggle to try and join it because there's not stuff that I fancy, I've got to admit. But there is one, isn't there, that I fancy reading.
We're doing June's.
Yes, the June's one.
Yeah.
What's it called now?
Heathen Horde by Stephen A. Mackay.
Stephen A. Mackay, that's it. And it's that kind of book that I like.
But I have said, going forward, once we've got through the list that I've got, that I've already announced, we can do it joint and...
But again, like I say, a lot of the books that I want to read are probably book number 32.
You'd have to think
sequence.
beyond that. You'd have to think beyond that, I think, and just because I think the beauty of a book club is also as well possibly pushing ourselves to read stuff that we possibly wouldn't have read.
Well, there is that, yeah.
And we could
I have
also
done
do
that
where,
loads of
and we
times,
can
but-
also do where we do say, like, let's go 15 years plus and pick a book from the 90s. There's going to be stuff we both like Jack Reacher, Bernard Cornwell.
Could do, yeah. Could read the first Jim Butcher book.
Yeah.
Again, reread Harry Dresden.
Yeah.
They're good books.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do
So
something like
there
that.
there is a whole world of books out there, Gary.
Oh, yeah, no,
From
yeah.
Spencer.
What? It's Sonny Randall at the minute.
And biographies as well. Although I have said I'd stick that kind of stuff in the book vlogs, in the reading vlogs, but no, we could do it as book club as well.
I don't mind the autobiography. Tom Selleck's got his autobiography coming out. I don't mind. I fancy reading Tom Selleck's autobiography. Don't cancel Blue Bloods. Stick with Tom.
Yeah. So, from childhood, let's expand from toys. Favourite school memories? Oh, you hated school, didn't you? See, I loved school. I was one of the few children that loved school. Nothing ever bad really happened to me. I wasn't really bullied. I had, wizards around me. So I was never really bullied that much. So I loved school. I loved the whole thing of school. And I cried my heart out leaving high school. I could go back there tomorrow. It took me a long time to actually get over leaving school, you know.
Joke.
It really did,
I
yeah.
suppose I went to university anyway. So
Yeah, but I went to college and stuff,
Yeah.
but still. Yeah, and I know it's been, well, kind of knocked down and rebuilt, and I'm feeling really sad at that. We're probably full of asbestos.
probably still is.
Trying to think of other things. And now it's got its own gym, apparently.
So have you?
Well, yeah, that's it though. Schools have got to be so zooped up now, haven't they? They've got to be so top spec, top this, top that, top. But then they always say we've not got money, and you think, well, back in our day, schools were quite basic, weren't they?
Yeah, if you want to do some exercise, I'll run you out park. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Whereas now they're all very high tech.
Long distance running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cross country running, that's what it used to be called.
Yeah.
Go on a 10-mile run. Off your pop.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Right, I'm going on tangents now. I'm trying to think of some more toys. I know it wasn't a toy, but I had a jewellery box with a little ballerina in that spun round. And I once got a birthday cake, pink birthday cake with nuts on the side. I'm sure it was, with a little ballerina on the top.
Mum once got me a birthday cake that was like I think she got me a football one. It was like a football pitch.
Yeah.
But I think she also got me like the OK Corral kind of cowboy-y cake
Yeah.
as well, from what I remember. That was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Can't remember any more of those. I was too devoted in playing with my toy soldiers. And video games.
Piggy bank. I told you about the other little NatWest piggy banks. I had one of them.
Oh, did you have one of those piggy banks that was a chocolate dispenser, and it dispensed little dairy milk bars you get in Roses?
Yeah.
It dispensed little dairy milk bars or little Bourneville bars.
It does ring a bell, that, and I can't remember whether it's because I saw it or because
Or because
advertised.
you got it and you smashed it open and eat it all at once.
Oh, I remember Easter eggs as a child though, so different from what they are now. Again, full of colour.
Full of chocolate.
Yeah, they're not like they are now. Easter eggs.
No, they're like...
And the ones you could get with cups.
Yeah, you should get... Well, I think you still get them with mugs, but...
Yeah, it costs about £100.
Yeah, no, I think they're actually cheaper because the mugs are cheaper than the chocolate. To be honest. But I used to hate that. I used to like, I've got you a big Easter egg. It's lovely. It's got a mug in it. I didn't want a mug. I wanted the chocolate.
Yeah.
Sod the mug.
Christmas parties at school, primary school.
I didn't have any Christmas parties. What?
I did. I used to love that.
I was an age where they didn't do all like
Oh,
that.
I
They stuck you in
loved
a
that.
room and you got a chalkboard and
Well,
that was it.
you'd spend weeks doing your Christmas, making your own Christmas setup, and then each different one would, each child would bring in different food on that day.
No, I
I
remember
loved that whole day where it'd all be like,
I
school
remember
in the
last day,
morning.
last day of school, last day for year, we used to bring your own toys in. And so everybody's playing Mr. Big Man, playing biggest games and toys in.
Yeah.
Was it Sabutio? Do you have a Sabutio?
What was it?
It's like
Remind me.
it's like a big green thing. It's a football pitch, and you had little men on and you pushed them around playing
I
football.
do remember it, but I don't think I had it.
I thought you're Billy on your
I
own.
might
You
have
might
done.
have had it.
I think they had one of them things where you twisted things like little little soldiers then, like little football players like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's table football.
Yeah.
This isn't table. It was like a big sheet you put on the floor, and a big football pitch, and you had a lot of men and a ball, and you used to.
I'd like a little piano thing. And it's like we were like see blind might do them little basic tunes. Do you know on Instagram there is websites? Let's get them up because you do forget what you had, and I think it's always a good way of getting your memory going. So 80s toys. Because you'd be surprised at what you forget. This is where we realise we're sat in the. There is a lot of internet there.
Yes, the signal's terrible today.
80s toys. Oh, that was it. I can't put it on because of the. Well, that was a record player. That was a record player there. You see that there? That was a record player I had. Oh, remember that kind of stuff as well. Turtles.
I never had any turtles.
I never had Cabbage Patch Children. I remember Care Bears. Remember him?
He-Man. I had a He-Man.
Yeah.
I had a He-Man. By the power of Grayskull.
I remember going to a circus as a child and screaming when a clown came up to me, and I just wonder why I did. I did the same with the Santa Claus ones. Trolls. I'm not talking about internet trolls, I'm talking about...
That's Optimus Prime there.
Yeah. What there?
Yeah. That's it. Not zoomed in. Just pull back a bit. There you go.
There you go.
He was brilliant, was Optimus Prime. I don't know why we bloody traded him in. Annoying.
Oh, remember those as well? What was it called? Speak and Spell. Can you remember them?
Oh, Etch-a-Sketch.
Etch-a-Sketch had one of them, yeah.
I'm just going to nip off camera for a second because I'm red hot.
What was that thing called that you had as well where you had a pen on it, like a plastic pen, and it was print on the back of it, and you used to grate and then you like that and clear it.
What about Etch-a-Sketch?
I don't know. Etch-a-Sketch was that twisting thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was similar kind of thing with a pen.
This was one that was more cardboard.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it was a cheaper version, wasn't it, you could get. And we had some of those, yeah. Well, you just move the thing and it cleared it.
Yeah.
This is like...
Look at all these Polly Pocket. Remember Polly Pocket?
My Little Pony.
Yeah, My Little Pony. I had a My Little Pony lunchbox.
G.I. Joe up there.
Yeah. Let's look at 90s toys. I bet if you've got up toys for now, it'd be like, what's that? 90s toys. Very similar.
So it's all plastic, isn't it?
Think of all the plastic, what they were called.
Tamagotchis, was it? Yeah, Tamagotchi.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, it says that. It's Tamagotchi. Pink. Tamagotchi. It was it was like having a pet, wasn't it?
No, we used to want to do another name for them.
Tamagotchi. Is it there?
We had another name for it.
It's definitely Tamagotchi.
A pet thing. We used to call it something else.
Pet in a box.
And then Pogs, Power Rangers, X-Men. Look at that.
ICU.
I know, but he's a doctor.
I hope he won't play malpractice.
So many pieces of plastic. Tills, remember Tills like that? Turtles, we've said that, haven't we? Polly Pockets, they were nice little things, those, weren't they? Everything was plastic. Everything's plastic, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm going to say look up 70s and see what 70s is. You might be surprised.
So you heard how many toys were actually from the 70s that we had? 70s toys. Tots.
Oh, look at that. A little McDonald's play.
Joking. Little McDonald's. Dentist. Oh my God. How much a dentist? Did anybody have that?
Craziest.
Play desk. Oh, I had one of them. You see how this is why I'm not being rude by getting this phone out, but this is why I did it. Play desk from 70s. What's it?
That's done it, I think.
Play desk. Snakes and ladders. A lot of these I recognise. I remember those as well with the water things. You are right, a lot of it came from 70s. It was, I suppose it would, wouldn't it?
A lot of my stuff were hand-me-downs as well, so...
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, loads of stuff. You ever get those dartboard things where there's ones where there's little spikes where it went in and went in with spikes on the ones with suckers on. I had some Star Wars stuff as well.
Did they?
Yeah, I had some Star Wars stuff. I think I had a Luke Skywalker and a Darth Vader. I think the ultimate was to get the Millennium Falcon, but I think it was very expensive. I think one of the lads at school had it. He was the jealous of the school of the Millennium Falcon.
And then those puff things, not the puff things, where you used to put one on it like a Velcro thing and you'd catch your ball like that. And those things that you used to put around your ankle and skip with them. You either had if you were posh, you had like a little machine that did it, or you had a ball that did it. And then when yo-yos came out, Tiddlywinks.
What's it called?
Marbles.
Pogo sticks. You ever have a
pogo sticks.
I used to have loads of marbles. I used to love marbles. Forgot about marbles. It's nice, simple stuff.
Yeah.
Do you ever make any toys? I know I used to have like, you know, little cake boxes and things. I used to make the little buses or little trucks and stuff for me soldiers.
Yeah.
You know, I used to just do it as buses or just simple pretend it's a bus. It's just a box, but it's the same old thing, isn't it? You give a child £100 toy, he'll play with it 5 minutes. Give him the box that it came in, he'll play with it for hours.
I once had a park.
You once had a park.
Cousin pulled up in the street. He had money, and he'd got us his park and swings and slides. So I had a park. I had my own, like my own gym now. I had my own park. And and he got us some funky toys actually. A train that had smoke that came out that made sounds, and some like random drums, air drum things.
I had a train set as well, that was good. And Scalextric, I forgot about the Scalextric. We used to love the Scalextric. It was very old though. I bet that was a 70s one. It was, you couldn't go very fast in it and it used to fly off its roof. But it used to take half the living room up, so we could only have it up for so long before my dad got sick of it and took it away when we were at school. And we'd come home and Scalextric wouldn't be there and be fuming.
Bubbles.
Sick of it.
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Oh yeah, bubbles, yeah.
Yeah, they were a big thing. Paddling pools, we've said that, haven't we? Apparently used to make mud pies. Just got a memory, some memories have been planted in me of with a bowl and making mud pies.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And just all these crap toys you used to get from the little pound shops and stuff that used to go into the really cheap shops and just want to buy anything in there because it's really cheap. And none of it used to last at all. Lasted 5 minutes.
We've done toys, haven't we?
I think we're just about done.
We've done toys. What about you? What's your favourite toys, books, childhood memories? Also, as well, can we have some ideas for some natters? Different areas we can look at and talk about. Historic, controversial, yeah, we'll do that. Give us some ideas.
Paintings.
Paintings? Oh, listen, he's talking about, I've already done a video about that. He's talking about King Charles III. It's a very controversial painting, isn't it?
Yeah, looks like some out of Ghostbusters too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I did a video on it.
That was my first
and
opinion.
then I went back on TikTok, and then apparently, if you put a mirror next to the picture, you can't see it because I have to try and explain it to you. If you put a mirror next to it, it looks sinister.
It looked more like Scooby-Doo
I know,
to me.
but it does look sinister.
It looked more like Scooby-Doo.
I'll explain
I've got
it
to say.
But it was just, it's been a very weird week, hasn't it?
Maybe it's just my
Upside-down
mind, but it
crosses
looked like Scooby-Doo to me.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo-Doo!
It's a strange. There's so much I can say about that painting, and
Scooby-Doo-Doo!
it's a strange one. It's a strange one, and the video we did on the other channel, kind of. I don't know whether it answered it or not, to be honest.
Let's stick to toys.
Yeah, let's stick to
Scooby-Doo.
toys. Yeah, you brought paintings though.
I didn't. I was just. It was just a bit of a laugh, as usual.
Yeah. So ideas for future chats. Ideas for books for future book club. Books that you think Gary will enjoy. Manish books. Yeah. Favourite toys. Favourite childhood memories. Which decade did they come from? Do you still have your childhood toys? I don't.
No, I think I tipped all mine. I had them for quite some time, I think, but especially Little Action Men, I think I had them till about 20. About the bottom of my wardrobe. And some of the matchstick box cars and stuff. They were all in one tin for quite some time.
Yeah.
Bottom of my wardrobe, but then when I moved out, they just got binned, which is a shame, really, because some of them might have been worth something by now. You never know.
Yeah.
None of them are in boxes,
toys
though.
come back. Can you imagine if you had some of those toys now, though? With the boxes still and everything.
Well, I'm disappointed about the Lego, because we had quite a lot of Lego, and junior school was after Lego for kids in school, and I didn't donate it, but I sold it to them. I got half pennies on the pound for the Lego, which I wish I'd not sold it. Now I only got about a £5 for it, and it was probably worth £100. You know what I mean? It was loads, because it was like 3 boys worth of Lego. You know what I mean? It was a lot of Lego. But hey ho.
Great. Snap was another one I used to like. Snap, used to love that.
Now in my 30s, I should get over it.
Yeah, bless you. Anyway, what emoji shall we have for this video?
Emojis, a little cuddly toy maybe, or
Yeah, a toy. Let me see if you can put a toy on. You should be able to put a toy on.
a little toy, a little drum.
See
or
what comes up
something.
if you put a toy on. Not a voice message from someone. Toys. Let me look at toys. A kite.
There's
A kite, a yo-yo, or a teddy bear.
Yeah, teddy bear.
Or just type in toys and see what comes up with. So if you want to comment but not sure what to put in either a kite, a yo-yo, or a teddy bear.
Hopefully thumbs up.
Yeah, I think there's
No thumbs down.
a spin top. Anyway. And like, comment, and subscribe. If you've enjoyed this natter and new to our channel, we do have a playlist on here of other natters that we've done that you can watch and enjoy whilst you wait for the next one, which I think hopefully should come before Sunday.
Yeah, hopefully do one over the weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
So long.